affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answer to human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch SarahSpiritual live on Facebook and YouTube. And share love and light.
In me and you. need, there's a light right here on VCMG on the oldie station. And you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, live all across the nation at 866-972-7247. Be sure to stay around for our 8 p.m. hour. We've got my dear friend, a special guest tonight, Althea Gray. She's going to talk about energy with me, and she's going to talk about the spirit world. So if you'd like to know what goes on in the atmosphere, you want to hear what Althea has to say. We are definitely looking forward to connecting with all of you all across the nation. We welcome your phone calls. But we're going to talk about energy. Did you know that your words are energy? Did you know that your thoughts create energy? Do you know that the actions that you take create energy? Do you know that everything on the planet possesses what? Energy. And it's that fabulous energy that makes the whole entire world, the entire universe function. And that energy is governed by a supreme force. And that force is the divine force, the God force. Well, we definitely need a little more God here on the earth right now. But our thoughts, our ways of being, create energy. So we want to watch what we say. We want to watch what we think. We have to manage what's going on within ourselves because we're creating perpetual balls of energy that begin to spew out in the atmosphere and create an outcome. Some of the things you don't want to happen because you talk about them, you create them. Today, when I was on my way driving to the radio station, I was at the traffic light. There were some cars before me, and I guess the person behind me didn't think I jumped right on it to be right up the backside of the car in front of me. And they honked the horn and they threw their hands up in such aggravation. Now, mind you, later on, I'm in a different lane and I left them in the dust, but I didn't know what their hurry was because when they had the opportunity to change lanes and be in a hurry, they could have been in a hurry too. But they were in a hurry to make me go. So at first, you get that feeling like, who do they think they are? What's that energy? And, of course, I had that SarahSpiritual moment. I was like, oh, we're not going to let that bother us. They're obviously not in a good space. And they're obviously in a bad energy. And they're trying to spew that energy on me. And I'm on my way to the radio show to talk about energy, so Lord knows I'm not going to let that bother my energy. But I've seen other people on the road when that happens. They get all agitated. They get aggravated. They start screaming at their car at the other person, maybe even pull up and scream something. We've seen it here in Florida. I don't know where you live, but chances are it's happened around you too. And so I wonder, where's all this anger coming from? Where's all this angst coming from? Seemingly nice people screaming at each other or motioning with giving themselves some kind of gesture as to what we can do and what we'll do when we get there. It's kind of off-putting. But that's energy. And so when you create that energy, first of all, that ball of energy in that woman's car is just tense and dense. And then she's going to carry that energy that's going to envelop her wherever she goes next. She's not going to shake that off. And if she was in such a hurry, why didn't she look for the opportunity to go a little faster in another lane? As I said, I left her in the dust. So I ask you, all of you, what are you doing in your day-to-day life that is a lot like that woman? What are we doing that we're letting get under our skin? That is hooking into some other frustration that we may have that needs to be looked at. How can we transform our lives to be a better way, better fit for our outcomes that we want to create? You each have this ability to create something fabulous. And when you create something fabulous, you're creating from a space of happiness and joy and harmony and peace. We can't create from angst. And when you have a bad thought, you create that thought. When you think about something could be wrong with you, now, we're not doctors, but let's say it crosses your mind, oh, I think I have this wrong with me. And you begin to think about that. Maybe you Google and to go down that rabbit hole of all the possibilities that could be a disease surrounding what you're experiencing in your physical body. All the time and the energy that you spend researching and worrying begin to create an energy around that organ, around that part of your body. And if something is amiss, it exacerbates it. There are people who worry about getting sick and having things happen to them, and unbeknownst to them, some of what was going to happen happened because they created it with their thoughts, with their words, with their actions. There are people running around in fear. There are people who are in an energy of anger and judgment. We're seeing it across the world now. And when we come from a place of anger and angst, we're only going to create more anger and angst. So how do we break free of that? Well, the human condition has us pretty ramped up right about now. And depending on where you've come from, what your upbringing is, how you've been conditioned to experience life, you're going to feel the effects of what's going on the planet now. And you're going to either see it as something that is, oh my God, this is what we've been afraid of, and this is the concern, and you'll come from an even deeper fear and concern than someone who is like not aware that people could be so angry and hurtful, and that people could create such havoc in the world. It's something for us to consider. It's consider your words, consider your actions, consider how you navigate life and how you're creating energy in everything you do, everything you write, everything you watch on the television. When you sit across from a television and you send these messages to your conscious and subconscious, and you absorb those pictures in your brain, you are creating that pattern of energy in your atmospheric condition. And in that frequency around you, you begin to attract things that you focus your attention on. And that begins to create a path of energy that is perhaps not where you want to be. You know, they say when you want to open up your heart chakra, when you want to create love, you want to do loving things. You want to have crystals that represent love. You want to be around that energy. You want to have two of everything. You want to make space in your life for a partner. And you want to speak loving, kind words. And you want to visualize that your partner is with you, even if you haven't met them yet. But also, they say surround yourself with movies and experiences that are loving experiences. So you would watch a romantic comedy or a romance experience on television. You may open up a novel that may be a hot romantic novel. Whatever you choose to do, you're creating that energy in your frequency. And in that frequency, it gives you this magnetic pull to draw forth unto you what you want. So what are you focusing on? What is your intention and attention? How is it that you are navigating your life? And how can you change your thoughts to match what you desire? You see, the only thing we have is this moment of now. In this moment of now, you cannot change what happened yesterday. And today, you're living the byproduct of the energies that you created leading up to now. So you must navigate them. But in this moment of now, what you think, what you say, what you do, the frequency you emit into the world, that's creating your tomorrow. So how do you hold that frequency in the highest regard so that you don't have to have results you don't want? I hear people say things like, oh my God, they almost hit my car. They're going to hit my car. And they put it out there. What they're essentially doing is drawing that energy to them so that makes them happen. Oh, I don't think I'm going to be safe here when I go to and from work. I think something could happen to me. Now, that doesn't mean I don't want you to practice caution and be aware of your surroundings and maybe have someone help you when you are going out at night if you need someone to be there with you to make sure you get to your car and safely off to your destination. But when we put out that we believe something's going to happen, even though that may not happen the next day, it happens eventually. Same thing with the physical body. Have you ever heard a story of someone who went through something that was physically uncomfortable, a sickness, injury, and maybe you say something like, "Oh, I sure hope that doesn't happen to me." But you think about it, and you think about what they're going through, and you focus for some reason on their experience. You're calling their experience into your energy. When you think that people are being rude or disruptive around you, and maybe it's happening at your workplace, maybe it's a disruptive energy, maybe it's a dysfunctional energy, maybe you just don't feel good there. But then you go into another environment. But the minute you are in that environment, you first feel good. But then there's maybe a moment of silence or just something just doesn't feel right. And right away you're like, oh my goodness, they're just like those people over there. Are they? Or are you carrying the energy of that experience and bringing it into the new environment? Have you ever known someone who worked in an environment that they had difficulty with bosses or coworkers? And so they complain and they definitely want to solve the story and resolve it, so they move on. Maybe they get fired or maybe they just get a new gig. And so they find this new opportunity, and what happens? 3 months in, same thing's going on. So I ask you, is it all the same? Are people all troublesome and dysfunctional and problematic in all these workplaces? I know some of you are laughing, saying, come to mind, Sarah. I get it. Or is the person who's going from one place to another actually bringing that energy with them? And they're almost charging their frequency with a conflict and almost asking people to dislike them or give them a hard time. Not in a way that they're conscious of, but it's in their energy. And energy is very influential. There's energy in everything around us. So when you're around a good energy place, you're out in nature, you feel the beauty of Mother Nature, you feel the sun beating down on you, and you feel the light coming into you. You can smell the blades of grass. You can feel the wind blowing through your hair. You can feel the humidity, if you're here in Florida, on your face. Or you can feel the biting cold of a cold winter day in Maine. You can feel that energy. You feel the temperature, you feel the texture, but it's energy. We know what that is. We know we're conscious of it. We are aware. Everywhere we go, we're surrounded with energy. So you can create in your life everything that you want. Now, I'm not saying that if you're in Maine and it's 10 degrees out with winds of 25 miles an hour, that you're going to be able to create a sunny Florida day at 85 with humidity that's a little high and a strong beating down sun. But you can create the feeling of what it feels like to be in a sunny day, even when you're not enjoying the weather where you are. We can all go back and remember what it was like the first day of summer, the first day that it really felt like summer for those of us who are in a seasonal world. We can remember the first time the air got a little crisp on a fall day. And that feeling is still with us. So remember, I said our words, our actions, our thoughts create. Our feelings do as well. So when you have that feeling inside of you of what it feels like to be on a crisp autumn day and feel the coolness in the air, but yet feel the frequency of summer that just passed, It's not quite cold. You can just feel the freshness and the change that's upon the planet or upon the area that you're in. You feel that. You're aware of that. You can take that feeling, and however that makes you feel, you can create that feeling again and again and again and again. You may not have the power to change the weather, but you have the power to create how you feel. So let's get back to the woman who was behind me in the car. Clearly, however she was feeling was impatient, ruffled, aggravated. And I don't necessarily drive slow. So she really picked the wrong person to be like, so upset with. But she felt that. And the fact that I wasn't doing what she wanted me to do caused her an aggravation. So then I asked the question, where did that feeling come from? Because that moment wasn't that problematic. But to her it was. So if we were to roll the tape back in her life, and we were to take a look at what happened prior, what had transpired in her experience, maybe she had had a tough time getting out of work. Maybe her boss called her into a meeting and she just really wanted to get home. She still had to cook dinner and take care of her kids and, I don't know, make up a story for her. And whatever her story is, she took that energy with her. Now, can you imagine when she goes to cook dinner? You know, the best meals are cooked with love. You imagine when she goes in and cooks dinner, is it going to taste good? Is it going to be creative? Or is it going to just have that aggravated feeling? That's why they say you want people who cook for love for you, that make a meal from their heart, that are open to creativity and inspired to cook. Not that all of us are great cooks, but it's coming from the heart when they prepare the meal for their family. Yes, we can all have a busy day, and yes, maybe we all would love to have takeout, and that might be easier. But when you're cooking a meal and you know you're feeding your family, and it's something that's going to bring everyone together for that moment and nourish them, and maybe it's your favorite food that we all share together. And so it has that bond. It's what you feel, and that feeling creates energy. You see, energy is all around us, and it's that we are energetic beings. And your thoughts, your words, your feelings, your actions are always creating. And then simultaneously, the entire world is creating other humans, other energies, other frequencies, the spirit world, the angels. They're all nudging us. They're all creating frequencies for us to hook into. And yet, we find ourselves hooking into the ones that are the most, well, dramatic. We don't find ourselves hooking into the peaceful ones. Those aren't the ones that last. We find ourselves hanging on to what happened 10 years ago with someone in a conflict. We find ourselves caught in the feeling of aggravation, disappointment, and in today's world, perhaps fear. Fear removes us from the energy of the divine. Fear separates us from the divine. Fear is a feeling that we have no control. And fear renders us powerless. In a world where you, as a divine creature, and an energetic being at that, have all the power in the world to create the life you want. And that if we all collectively focus our energy on what we'd love this world to be, the outcome, the peace, the love, the respect, the healthy boundaries, the appreciation, the understanding for each side, and each side coming together and truly aligning for the greater good of humanity, truly aligning for the greater good of the planet, truly aligning for the greater good of health and well-being, the world would be a better place. It's all energy. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to answer your questions right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we do every Wednesday night, 6:30 to 9 p.m. Call in 866-972-7247. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
There's a light that shines down upon me.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Hey guys, it's Samantha Ramnarine from Car Accident Referral Services. After 911, we want you guys calling cars at 954-249-5858. Let us put more money into your pockets. Our network of attorneys throughout the entire state of Florida will take 25% up to a $1 million settlement. We are putting up to 15% more money into your pockets. You guys got hurt. Not the doctor, not the attorney, but you guys. You guys are taking time off of work, school, church, family, and you guys are going to the doctors every single day. So make sure when you guys want the best, you give us a call at 954-249-5858. We want to put more money into your pockets. We want to treat you like family. So when you want the experience and you want the best, you call Car Accident Referral Services. Let us help you from step to step, and we will make sure that we guide you the right way. The insurance companies have attorneys defending them. Why don't you guys have attorneys defending you? Give us a call, 954-249-5858.
Have you been at Chowderheads in Jupiter? If you're looking for the best seafood flown in fresh from Boston, then you have to try Chowderheads. They have daily specials too. Monday is all-you-can-eat mussels with 2 sides for only $22.95. And then Lobster Taco Tuesday for $15.95. Wednesday is Buck-a-Shuck Blue Point oysters and 50% off all wine bottles. On Thursday, enjoy decadent lobster mac and cheese and a side for $24.95. Chowderheads is open 7 days a week and located in the Driftwood Plaza on South US Highway 1 in Jupiter. For reservations or to go, call 561-203-2903. Check out their menu at chowderheadsusa.com.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies Channel.
Mom, can we have some ice cream?
I've got a better idea. Who wants to help me make something fun and healthy instead?
Eating smarter is easy and delicious. Interested in receiving healthy recipes and a whole lot more in your email? Then register at healthiestweightfl.com and learn more about all the small steps that you can take on the way to living healthy. This message is sponsored by the Ounce of Prevention Fund of Florida, the Florida Department of Health, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
And now another Community First message from Robes.
When an auto accident occurs, stop immediately. Do not obstruct traffic and secure your valuables. Obtain the names, phone numbers, and addresses of the other driver and any witnesses. Call 911 and report the accident. Injured recently? Contact Robes Injury Law at 561-570-5700 or robeslawgroup.com. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
Hi, this is Maureen Cohen from Nutrition World Palm Beach Gardens. We are so excited to be celebrating 50 years here in South Florida. The Cohen family started their first health food store in 1972, and ever since have been one of the largest locally owned, family-run health food stores in the area. We carry thousands of supplements like vitamins, minerals, herbs, homeopathics, diet and fitness, and so much more. All your favorite top-quality brands. We also have tons of natural foods like gluten-free, paleo, and organic, as well as health and beauty aids, pet foods, and more. Visit Vanessa, Trish, Denson, Scott, and Bruce. They're here 7 days a week for all your family's natural health needs. So stop by Nutrition World at the northeast corner of PGA Boulevard and Prosperity Farms Road in the Carmine's Market Plaza by the Prosperity entrance. You can call us or text us anytime at 561-626-4377. That's 626-4377. Or check out our website at nutritionworld.com. Come see us 7 days a week at Nutrition World Palm Beach Gardens.
Join us for Moments of Scripture, hosted hosted by Jan Coleman every Sunday morning from 6 to 6:30 a.m. We will read the Bible, pray, and offer blessings to all who listen in the name of our Lord and Savior. Moments of Scripture every Sunday at 6 a.m.
Big news, you don't have to wait for Black Friday to get an amazing deal on your next Bahamas cruise, because Margaritaville at Sea is giving you a sneak peek of their best sale of the year right now for a limited time. Get a 3-day, 2-night cruise to the Bahamas starting at just $89 for 2 guests, plus get up to 30% off all specialty dining, beverage packages, shore excursions, and more. This exclusive Black Friday sneak peek only lasts a few days, so go to margaritavillatsea.com and book today to save on the biggest sale of the year.
And now another Community First message from Robes.
When an auto accident occurs, stop immediately. Do not obstruct traffic and secure your valuables. Obtain the names, phone numbers, and addresses of the other driver and any witnesses. Call 911 and report the accident. Injured recently? Contact Robes Injury Law at 561-570-5700 or robeslawgroup.com. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
Ant Media Productions proudly announces Music Nights. We invite you to a 2-night concert event, November 10th and December 1st, starring J.C. Dreesen with her Salute to the Veteran. And True Rumors, the greatest Fleetwood Mac tribute band on the land. For more information and to grab your tickets, head over to events.am2.tv. That is events.am2.tv, and don't be late.
SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light. There's a light that opens doors.
Yes, indeed, there's a light that opens doors all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And as we travel all across this nation, we want to hear from you. We've got a couple of phone lines open, so be sure to pick up the phone and join the conversation. Everything is energy. And it's a way for us to really tap in and tune in. And we're going to go to our phone lines. If you're on Facebook, on YouTube, please put your question. We're going to be getting to you in just a little bit. So let's go to the phone lines. Let's see what's going on. I'm in sunny South Florida. Sun's getting ready to set here, but I got to go to Tennessee. I got Carol on the line, and I have a feeling that Carol's got something to talk about. Carol, how are you tonight?
I am really good. Thank you.
Good. Good to connect with you, Carol. What's the
Yeah.
burning question for us?
Well, today's my birthday, 63, and just wanted to know what messages or message that I need to know.
Huh. Oh my goodness, I just heard the craziest song. So I don't know where to go. I don't know if I want to go the song or the rest of the message, but let's go to the rest of the message first. So important for you, Carol, that you tune in and you tap into your creativity and let the angels be your guide and step into the creative side of your self-expression, your spiritual expression, and really tune into who you are and never forget who you are. Not your name, not your profession, who Carol is, and what Carol brings to the table in this lifetime. This is what this year is going to represent for you. It is not about all the goings-on around you that may cause a little discomfort or angst. Those are distractions. Those are things that are part of the story, but they are not to take you off the path and the mission of who you are. Because when you stay true to yourself this year, everything that's meant to work for you is going to come together in a very solid fashion that you can truly count on. Now, the song I heard when I first heard your voice is, "Don't give up on us, baby. We're still worth one more try." So, hold on to what you know is your truth. Hold your boundary, but don't give up. Because when it comes to matters of the heart, you're all in. Sometimes when you're all in and not everyone's on board, or at least the person you're all in on, creates an imbalance. But just know who you are. A strong being who has a capacity to love greatly. And this powerful energy that is here to make a difference in the world. If you don't allow the goings-on of other people's imbalances and insecurities to rattle your energy, everything will fall into place expeditiously. If you get sucked up into the story of the drama of others' insecurities and imbalances, then the road will be bumpy. The choice is yours. So when you err on the side of creativity and err on the side of divinity, everything will work out beautifully. It is a good year for you. It is a prosperous year. And when I see the energy of love, there's something to still be figured out. But you know how you love. Direct your love in a way that is going to be reciprocated as you deserve. Does that answer your question, Carol?
It does, and it was a beautiful message that I received, and I will print that out and reread it often.
Perfect. Perfect. We thank you so much for calling in and following the call of Spirit to join us on the show. We greatly appreciate you, and I know we'll speak again. Bye for now.
We will. Thank you.
All right, bye. 866-972-7247. From Tennessee, I got to go to Illinois. I got Tammy on the line. Tammy, how are you?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to connect with you. Oh,
Pardon
the
me?
miracles. Good to connect with you. Oh, the miracles that you have pulled off. You have been able to create quite a bit in your life this year, yes?
Yes.
And it's a
But
good
I
time.
feel
It's a good time to pat yourself on the back, though. Pat yourself on the back.
my question though, I just feel like right now I'm in a funk. What does Spirit see my life going?
Well, there's a little funk going around, right? And that funk is just this energy of things in the planets are getting ready to kind of change, but it's a time for you to reflect and applaud yourself and see how far you've come. And in looking at the stagnation in your life, it's for you to truly open up to new possibilities of where you go in matters of the heart, where you go in your creativity in your work, and not just limit it to work and job, but be open to create something for yourself. Don't just rely on what you think you know. Be open to the things that will give you an opportunity to learn and grow. I see here around you this powerful energy of transformation. And it's a great year to network and expand. Are we looking to kind of break out of our friend clique and maybe meet some new people? Were we giving that some thought and consideration?
Maybe.
It's a good idea to do. And it's a good idea to do between now and next June. So if maybe is the answer, maybe you're not quite feeling it yet, but you will. I want you out and about and rubbing elbows and connecting with new people. We have to find something new to give you enthusiasm. I feel like everything you do is routine. There's not much to look forward to other than the same old, same old. It's that proverbial gerbil wheel. But you are grateful, and I know that because that gerbil wheel gives you the opportunity to be able to cover your bills and what is necessary.
Right.
What is your question on love for me, Miss Tammy?
Well, do I meet somebody? I mean,
someday he'll come along, the man I love, and he'll be big and strong, the man I love. He's coming. Why do you think I'm trying to get you out of your routine and out of your house, honey?
I kind of thought that.
Okay. Right? If, you got to get out there. And I don't mean just go sit at a bar and just look pretty, although that's a lovely thing to do. I mean, involve yourself in activities and things where you meet different people and you invest in yourself, and investing in yourself and taking care of yourself, loving self, you will attract someone who's going to be equally loving of themselves and of you. It's energy. What is the energy of what you want? Do you want someone who just when you need them, they leave you, they disappoint you, they're not there for you? You've already been there, done that. We don't want to carry that energy into the 2024. We want to bring forth an energy that's going to create a new loving relationship that's a mutual understanding and a mutual reflection of who we've been and then the culmination of who we are together. It's a beautiful time for you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's your birthday month. So celebrate you, do something for you, and know that love is coming, Tammy. So the feeling of stagnation will begin to lift as we take you out of this 2023 and bring you into the 2024. Be grateful for the routine. Be grateful for what it affords you. And ask the universe to open up some new opportunities, some new exciting experiences to inspire you to do and be something different. And they will provide you with that. And then in that asking and the answer is given, everything will fall into place.
Okay. So, I can't. So I've asked you 100 times. I told you that my ex had a new girlfriend, and you said it wasn't going to last, but it would last for a bit.
Yes.
So do they still not last, or is it still just a while?
Okay. So I am so glad you asked that question for the 101st time. But I'm not going to answer that question. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to answer that question. If you ask me, why am I not moving forward and having a new love and relationship? Why am I not breaking my routine? Why are things not the way I really would like them to be at this juncture of life, at this age of life? It's because you keep looking backwards and you keep wondering what the past is doing. And when you wonder what the past is doing and you're looking backwards, you're going to walk straight into a wall, my friend. So let it go. No, there is no but.
For some reason,
I understand, but there is no but. Cut the energy. If you were to come, Tammy, hear me.
We belong together, I feel like it.
Tammy, yes, in another lifetime perhaps, but this one didn't work out so well. 20 years and left you just when you needed them most. There's a song for that too. So you want to create a new path for yourself. You want a new paradigm. You want to be happy. If he were to come back, he would come back, but he would not be a different person. And so when he got bored or things didn't go the way he wanted, just when you got settled in, after sleeping with one eye shut for a week, a month, a year, wondering if the other shoe was going to drop, just when you settle in, he would do it again. That's where he is in his journey. Because every other girlfriend he's had since he left you didn't work out, and it's done. And this one, to answer your question, is not far behind it. But don't look.
I kind of get that feeling.
I understand. But why your energy is focused on what's going on there is why your life is not moving forward. Like my spirit guides are like, get a noodle and just beat her, Sarah. Okay? Because it's time for you to let it go and move forward. Because he left how many years ago? 5 years ago?
Oh, like 7.
More like 7. What are we doing, honey? What are we doing?
I know.
Okay.
What everybody tells me.
All right. No. But I'm going to honor your feelings for a minute. I want to honor where you are because there are a lot of people who have felt like the love of their lifetime is no longer in their life. But everything has a season. And the season is over. And he's not strong enough to revisit the season. You had your time. He may have been the love of your life. You two may have been meant to be together. But that togetherness is over. The season comes to a close. And it's up for us to allow ourselves and give ourselves permission to let go. There's a song that says, kiss today goodbye and point me towards tomorrow. We did what we had to do, and I won't forget what I did for love. What I did for love. You did a lot for him. But now it's time.
You know it. I
know it. And if I may add, because some of our listeners are new, you've been a part of our show since about 2010, 11, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of us in the listening audience had to pick up the tears of when was he going to come back. And so we understand how you feel. But now it's time to move on.
Right.
So yes, get out of the gerbil wheel. Let yourself out and go rub some elbows. You're going to be surprised. If you give yourself permission to invite someone else in, it's going to be a really powerful adventure for you. All right, my dear. Thank you so much for your call. We greatly appreciate it. All right. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So I love those questions. I love when people ask those questions because it's a great teaching tool. And can't we all relate to when we've been stuck on something, how we thought it should be, what we wanted the outcome to be, and then it didn't work out? Maybe somebody wasn't ready, or they were resistant, or maybe we had something great and then it fell apart. It was right for the time. Maybe the time was right, but the love wasn't. Or the love was right and the timing was off, depending on the story. So we all have to learn to let these things go, because we only prevent ourselves from moving forward. And the only thing on the planet that is constant is the fact that everything is always changing, evolving, moving. That's the one thing you can count on this planet. Things are always moving. The ocean doesn't sit still and stand there and say, gee, I wonder when the sky is going to change color. I'm going to sit here and wait. It's always moving. The sky doesn't sit here and say, I really like being day. I don't think I want to change tonight. I'm going to just stay. The sun sets. It comes back again, but it sets. And a new day is born, and no 2 days feel exactly the same. But somehow as humans, and I don't know how we got conditioned this way, we don't want things to change. We get used to how they are, and it becomes difficult, because then we become attached. And in the attachment, we become more aligned with the idea of something, how it was, or someone, that we have difficulty breaking free. And then we play the tape over in our mind and we lament over what could have been. But something's always changing. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to go right back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. I've got calls all across the nation, New York, Pennsylvania, here in Florida, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
I know you, have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITOENLIGHTMENTCenter.com. EXPEDITO EnlightenmentCenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know.
Because you know that you know me, I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on VCMG on the oldie station. We can be heard on 95.3, 96.9, 95.9, 106.9, and 103.1 HD3. We're so glad to be connecting with all of you. If you're cruising down the highway and you hear us here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, we'll welcome you into our family. You can find us on YouTube under Sarah Spiritual, Facebook, Instagram. Follow us, join the conversation. And we want to thank everyone who came out last night for our chakra dance class. We had a great time. It was a lot of fun. We had some sound bowl healing, and we also had a little bit of a chant and meditation for everybody as a closing. So we had a great time. We want to thank everyone. We're looking forward to doing that again. And on November 3rd, I believe, and 4th, Friday and Saturday next week, we've got Calvin Cates back at the Expedito Enlightenment Center, just like that time flies. And we're doing the Crystal Healing Bed, John of God work. We've got the energy of the Casa Dom Ignacio. We've got that frequency of healing. Coming all the way from Brazil, channeled through Calvin and through the Crystal Healing Bed. We sure hope you visit our website, the expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com, and learn more about Calvin Cates at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. And if you'd like to visit me at my center, well, go to Sarah Spiritual. You'll learn more about me and my work. And you can come to Expedito Enlightenment Center on 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. That's where you find a great array of books, crystals, oils, sprays, all types of jewelry. We've got quite the array of products for everyone, and we're always getting new items in. So if you're looking for that special holiday gift, then visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center. We've got all the little Buddhas and fairies. We just love all these beautiful items, and we would love to see you there at the center. Be sure to tell me that you heard me on the radio. I'd love to meet you in person. So we've got to go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. And don't forget, we've got my friend Althea Gray. She's popping in at the 8 p.m. hour. She's got quite the story, and we're going to explore her spiritual journey and what she has to share with us about the spirit world. I mean, it is almost Halloween. Ooh, we need to tune into the spirit world and energy. So I'm going to go to the phone lines, and I've got to go to Miramar. I've got Freddie. Freddie's been hanging on the line for a while. Freddie, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, Freddie. What is your burning question for us tonight?
Oh, I've just been trying to figure out about like work. Like I had 2 opportunities, but I'm not sure which one is the right one. And I cannot make the wrong choice.
You can't make the wrong choice because you could land right in a bee's nest, yes? City
Yes.
or county, is that the choice?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I hear. City or county? Which way do we go? Which way did he go, George? And each one of them has his own special hornet's nest just waiting for you. But there's a sense of a little bit more camaraderie in the city job. But I think your role in the county job would be a little more adventurous or a little more interesting for you to do. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I ask you this question. What's the ultimate goal? All right, yes, we want a new job. I get that. But what's the intention behind it? Do we want a place where we can land and not just coast till we retire? Do we want a place where we can land, be happy, and then have a little bit of room to grow and get recognized instead of getting shoved into a corner and just left there? Because that's pretty much describing your last job, right? That's where you were.
Right.
So go for the one that gives you an opportunity to be recognized, to make more money, to give you an opportunity to grow, and has multiple departments where you could expand yourself. And if you don't like one department, so you tough it out for a few months or a year, and then you transfer to something else. But when we're locked down in the city, I don't know that we have as much versatility and opportunity. Does that make sense to you, Freddie?
Yes.
Okay. I know you're afraid to make a wrong choice because you've been in the land of crazy in the work environment.
Yes.
But if we focus on crazy, what are we going to get in our next place, regardless of whether it's a city or a county? Crazy. We don't want to do crazy anymore. We've been there, done that. So I say to you this, Freddie, please be open, give yourself permission, believe in yourself, and pick the job that makes you feel good and you feel comfortable. I don't want you to feel like you're stretching from the beginning, but that you can have the opportunity with the right support of supervisors. We never know who our supervisor is going to be, but we need supervisors that are also interested in investing in us and kind of working on our talent to help promote us. So we want the right people. And do we still have an interview pending for one or both of these, please?
Not really. I mean, I think the county is pretty much secured. I was just trying to decide, I guess the lesser of two evils.
Well, again, if we look at it that way, then it's going to be a horrible experience, right? So if the county's secure, then go that way.
Yeah.
A bird in the hand is worth more than whatever the saying is. I just know we got a bird in your hand. So don't let the bird fly away. So go, Freddie. Go to the county.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for your call. Be sure to keep us posted on your journey. I'm sure it'll be an adventure because it is a county job, and we know they're all interesting. But I know that if you get the right supervisor, and if you imagine and visualize a great relationship with the people around you, that'll be a really powerful experience. So keep us posted, Freddie. Thank you so much for your question. Bye for now.
Thank you. You have a good one. All
you
right,
too.
bye-bye.
Bye. 866-972-7247. Yes, indeed. We're also getting ready for Halloween. That'll be in almost a week. So we are really excited for Halloween. We've got to go back to our phone lines, and I've got to go to Margate, Florida, and I've got Sabrina on the line. Sabrina, how are you tonight?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to connect with you. What is your burning question for us tonight?
So there's been a lot going on in our family. I recently lost my aunt. Tonight will be a week. And everybody is just heartbroken and just wondering, if you hear from her and also from myself, what 2023, if it'll be ending in a positive way for myself and the family.
Well, let's talk about you for this moment, all right? It may be a little too soon for me to capture your aunt because she's still in that transitionary stage, so I may not be able to get her directly. But we do know that she will be in peace in her divine energy. But this year for you, Sabrina, is really a year where you're meant to get your life in order and balance. And this is a very off-putting experience to lose an aunt that we're very close to. She had a very friendship, motherly feel to you. Is that correct?
Yes.
More like a friend is how they describe. And I just feel like she has a great energy of connection with you. And I know that she's going to let you know that she's okay. She will visit you in your sleep state. She will make sure that you know that she's all right. And when I look around you, Sabrina, I know that we come into the year getting ready to step into a little bit of a change in 2024 because there is advancement and growth in the land of career and work. Are we looking for an up-leveling for our work, Sabrina, in this 2024 time?
Yes.
Get yourself in order and balance. You're not quite ready for it. That's why things are not moving the way you want. But in the spring of next year, before your birthday, I feel like we're going to have some change coming. I'm also made aware of some travel that's coming up for you. Is there a trip that you have in mind to take before the end of the year?
2 trips that I have in mind, yes.
Okay. Well, one is definite. The other may not happen. And when I... interesting. There's a piece of jewelry that you want to have of your aunt's, please. I don't know that they've given things out yet, but there's a piece of jewelry that you were looking to have.
They haven't given out anything yet. My cousin did ask me if I wanted a piece of clothing or something from her. No talks of jewelry. I don't care what I get. I just want something from her, of hers.
Yeah, I know they haven't given everything out yet. There may be something that's like a little pin or something that she had meaning to her that you may want. It doesn't have to be the most expensive thing. I understand that that may not be something that's up for grabs, but she's showing me jewelry. So in the connection that I have that's spotty with her in her transition, she's showing me jewelry. So there may be a piece of jewelry or a simple little necklace or something that she had that may not be of value, but it was of significance.
Okay.
All right. So when that conversation comes up, it's something that I get the sense that she wants you to be able to have it with you or carry it with you or not just have it in a drawer somewhere, be able to just, be with her. That's how I see it. All right. I know she passed before her time. Yes. We understand this.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. She passed before her time, and we want you to know that she is in her transition and she will be fine. I know it's hard for us here on Earth, but she will be fine.
Yeah.
Sabrina, we're truly sorry for this loss. We do appreciate you and your being vulnerable with us here, and we thank you for your call. Bye
Thank
for
you
now.
so much, Sarah. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me.
You're welcome. Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. And we're going to go back to our phone lines. And I've got Alex. Alex is in New York. Alex, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good, Alex. Could you just speak up for me a little bit, please? I'm having a little difficulty hearing you.
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you, Alex. Alex, how did you hear about the show?
Just a good friend of mine actually recently called me, and he told me to call in. I had a few questions. Well, I had a few questions, just a main question.
All right. Well, Alex, let me just begin with what Spirit wants you to know first, all right?
Yeah.
So I have to go back in time. And when I go back in time, they're taking me to a time of 2019 into 2020. This is a time of shifts and changes for you. Were you making a lot of changes? I know 2020 kind of threw us all for a loop, but 2019
Yes,
into
I did.
2020 was a lot of change, okay? Set you on the path that you are on now. But this is also the time for you to get yourself in order. And I don't feel like you're in order. I don't feel like you're lining up with all the right opportunities. Things aren't moving in the direction that we need them to. There's an entrepreneurial spirit with you. There's things that you need to accomplish in this lifetime. Very grounded. Success and how you present yourself in the world is important. I'm not talking about attitude or being I don't know, just pompous. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your success and how you present. And this year of 2023 to 2024 is going to put you more in alignment with finding the rhythm of your life. Because when I look at your life, I feel like you're out of rhythm. Does that make sense to you, Alex?
100%. Oh, the last 6 months have been very difficult.
So what is your question for me?
Over the last 6 months, I made a huge career shift, and a partnership was broken. I am an entrepreneur. I own my own business for years.
Yeah.
And now I just broke off to myself, and I'm starting from scratch. And so basically what I wanted to ask is, how do you, if you foresee it, it's just super difficult. I'm not stopping,
Right.
but it's just super difficult when you were so high on a pedestal, and now I feel like I'm like rebuilding.
You are, but there are things that you didn't agree with in the partnership. There were ways of doing business. You have different ideas. You have ways you wanted to express business. And in the partnership, it wasn't easy to do that. And so, yes, you kind of took a step back, but I kind of want to liken it to a runner. Some runners, when I watch them, they kind of put their weight on their back leg, and then they kick off and they go. Just put your weight on your back leg and go. Don't worry about where you are now. Keep your eye on the ball. Where are we going, right? You're from New York. I'm from New York.
Yeah.
We got to get her done, right? We just got to focus. And don't try to recreate the business you had just under your own name and brand. Create the way that would be a better version of anything you've ever imagined. And it will come to pass. Don't give up. Now, I'm going to say that the next 3 months, you might feel like a dog chasing your tail. That's okay. Just do what you have to keep things going. But I feel is when February comes into play, that's when things start to pick up for you. And things start to line up. But what you do in the meantime of contacts, connections, what you do in your advertising, how you structure yourself, how you present yourself to the world, and what the mission is of your business, and how closely you adhere to the mission of the business and the service that you provide to your clients. This is what's going to take you in the direction of what you want. This is what's going to set you apart. Clarity and singleness of purpose. It was a brave thing to do, and I know some people think maybe it wasn't a smart thing to do. And they got inside your head, and they're making you question yourself. But inside of you, you always knew that you were meant to fly solo, did you not?
It's true. It's true. Exactly. It's very true. I don't know if I could squeeze something else.
Yes.
Over the last 6 months, just like anything, when you start something from fresh, a lot of finances, as you probably see, I went from A1 to F1. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and
yes.
I called in a good friend of mine to help me. I don't know if you see that, and he's been helping me, with my finances and getting everything in order because of things that, over the last 6 months when I invested and things like that. So I just want to make sure that he's good because he's been helping me a lot mentally and putting me on the right track that I don't give up.
Exactly. And you didn't have all your ducks in a row when you divided the partnership. The timing was off. You didn't have a clear enough plan when you leapt off the building, okay? But lucky for you, you landed on someone's awning and you didn't crash and burn. So we're good.
Right.
So now you work from where you are. And move forward.
Do you see?
Yes.
Do you see? I mean, not that it's not in my vision right now, and I'm more focused on my business right now than anything. I was engaged for quite some time, and I haven't do you see any upcoming relationships or anything moving forward? Even though I'm not focused on that, as you could probably tell, right now I'm more focused on my business.
Well, you may say you're focused on your business, but the fact that it's in your mind means it's in your being, that it's something that you would like to have in your life. And so just in that thought, in that frequency, you're creating that and inviting it in. So that's a good thing. And so when I move you to your birthday and after your birthday, that's when I see the energy opens up for relationship and relationship connection, and possibly having the person that you're meant to be with. It doesn't mean you might not be with a couple of different people as you're sorting out exactly who it is you want. There's a up-leveling of the quality of person, because you're one of those people who's very loyal, very straight, black and white. This is how it is, and this what you see is what you get. And so when you peel back the layers and you realize somebody isn't what you see is what you get, that is a very off-putting. So you may meet a couple of people that aren't maybe as authentic as you need them to be your person. And so when I take you into next year and through the 2024, you identify those qualities, and then I could see engagement, connection for marriage in the 2025. So you're on track, but yes, the focus is on business. We understand that, and that's what's necessary at this time. But someone is coming into your energy, so just trust that. We hope we've been of service to Alex, and we're glad that you called, and welcome to our show.
Thank you.
You're welcome. God bless you. Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. Be sure to put your questions on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to be getting to you in just a little bit, but we've got to go to our phone lines, and we're going to clear the board to get some more calls. But for this minute, I've got to go from New York to Utah. And I got Debbie on the line. Debbie, how are you?
Good.
Good to connect with you, Debbie. How are you? How's everything in your energy? What's going on? What's your question?
I've had a rough year, and I'm going to bawl now. So I'm trying to get over that from the beginning of the year, losing my son. And then I met a man. Thank goodness that my spirit guides gave me my warnings. I hurried and let go of that. I know I have to resolve that eventually. I think and then my grandson, I'm struggling with him, and he keeps bringing my heartaches up.
Yes.
And then my other question was the new man. I feel great things, but when will we finally meet?
Well, what you received in the other person was someone who was trying to kind of catch you off guard and kind of take you down the detour road, which was going to be some dark alley. That was the energy of that relationship. And because you want some relationship, they were kind of able to slip in. Now, Debbie, who's got the letter R connected to the family, please, or connected around you, please?
Our last names are Romero's.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who it could be.
Okay. Someone on the other side is giving me the letter R, so that maybe someone connected to you in your family with the letter R, please, and that may be just for your last name, but they're giving me the letter R, so I'm trying to identify who they are. So I don't know if that's your son yet, but I'm being given the letter R as a connection. I, of course, don't know your last name, so this is what I'm being given. Debbie, let's talk about the person that's going to come. The person that's going to come, you haven't met him yet, and when I look at the energy around it, I'm kind of feeling that for you, somewhere around your birthday is going to be the time that you will find that partner for yourself. He is not in the immediate energy. We haven't had our path cross yet. My guides are telling me that your guides are going to put you right on track. You've been working very closely with your spirit guides so that you could bridge the connection between you and your son, and you can feel your son's energy, yes? And your son passed before his time. Yes, he passed unexpectedly. This is how they make me feel. Is that true?
Yeah.
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 But he does his best to make himself known to you, Debbie. He gives you that,
I feel it. I do.
that feeling of energy around you, that he is with you. And you can almost hear him calling you in your mind. You can feel that. And do you have a hat or a cap of his, please? Because he's putting a hat on the table. What is this hat here?
I have his clothing and stuff, and I'm planning on making things with all his stuff.
Okay. And do you have a cap or a baseball cap or some kind of cap that he had, please?
Yeah, beanie.
What is it?
A beanie.
A beanie, okay.
It's like, yeah.
And he's putting this on the table. Is that something of significance to him, please?
I don't know.
Okay. This is what he's showing me and giving me in this moment here. And when I look at the energy of September, my guides tell me that September is a month that always has a lot of memories for you. What does September mean to you, please, before we get rushed to commercial?
My dad, my stepdad, my father-in-law.
Okay.
It was his birthday.
Okay. Know that there's much love on the other side. They are all with you. And that you are on track, and focus on your energy of your ability to create and maintain a pure environment for yourself. Manifest what you want. I know we wish your son was here, but he doesn't want you to cry, and he is with you. And he is not going to be far from you in the energy. So all you need to do is just let him know that you're with him, and he will do his best to let you know that he has received the message. All right. Pay attention. He's always there. Thank you so much, Debbie, for your call. We greatly appreciate it. And we know that things will begin to turn around for you in this 2024 time. For now, we bid you farewell.
All right.
All right. Bye for now. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. 866-972-7247. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on VCMG on the oldie station. And we thank you for tuning in to 95.3, 95.9, 96.9, 106.9, and 103.1 HD3. We're so glad to have you here. Stay with us, everyone. When we come back from this commercial break, we're going to have my friend Althea Gray joining us. And together, we're going to navigate energy. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light, there's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love. Love may hold the answer we are looking for. Love may open up another door of light. Oh, there's a light. Oh, there's a light. Can you feel it? There's a light to change the world. Won't you be a part of the light? Oh, love, it is the answer now. And we can see.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Ant Media Productions proudly announces Music Nights. We invite you to a 2-night concert event, November 10th and December 1st, starring J.C. Dreesen, with her salute to the veterans. And True Rumors, the greatest Fleetwood Mac tribute band on the land. For more information and to grab your tickets, head over to events.am2.tv. That is events.am2.tv, and don't be late.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies channel. Follow Oldies on social media. See what's happening in the community. Have a laugh with some funny memes. And keep in touch with other good time oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at True Oldies FLA. That's at True Oldies FLA.
Hi, it's Kevin Dalton from the Unlimited Auto Wash. Did you know we have 7 locations, including our newest at A1A and Lighthouse Drive, next to Promenade Plaza in the Sunoco Station in Palm Beach Gardens? For just $39.95 a month for the first 3 months, you can come in as often as you'd like and get our inside and out wash with Tire Shine, all unlimited, and we're 100% hand wash. We make you look good. Call 561-WASH-ME-TOO or visit us at unlimitedAutoWashClub.com. And we're also a full-service wash for the occasional customer as well. No memberships required. Come see us at the Unlimited Auto Wash.
This message is sponsored by the Florida A&M University Medical Marijuana Education and Research Initiative, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
Mary on Demand is live. Start your marijuana education journey today. Learn at your own pace and check out the Medical Marijuana Education Series. You decide what you'd like to learn and when with Mary on Demand. Visit mary.famu.edu. That's mmeri.famu.edu. And remember, recreational marijuana is still illegal in Florida. Mary, educate, learn, talk.
And now another community first message from Robes.
When an auto accident occurs, stop immediately. Do not obstruct traffic and secure your valuables. Get license plate and driver's licenses of the driver involved along with pictures of the vehicles. Injured recently? Contact Robes Injury Law at 561-570-5700 or robeslawgroup.com. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
Alexa rocks, and now so do you.
How can I help you?
Just say, Alexa, play True Oldies FLA.
Okay, playing it now.
Now, you've got the good time oldies.
Ant Media Productions proudly announces Music Nights. We invite you to a 2-night concert event, November 10th and December 1st, starring J.C. Dreesen, with her salute to the veterans. And True Rumors, the greatest Fleetwood Mac tribute band on the land. For more information and to grab your tickets, head over to events.am2.tv. That is events.am2.tv, and don't be late.
Hi, I'm SarahSpiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, Participate in one of my spiritual development classes and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at SarahSpiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
There's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light. There's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light. that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love.
Yes, indeed, there's a light right here on VCMG, the oldie station, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And wow, we're coming up on 14 and a half years on national radio. We're so glad to be talking to all of you, just sitting back and chatting, answering some questions, tuning up, tuning around to Spirit. Everything's energy, everybody. And speaking of all these years, I have to dial back the clock. Back when I was first on radio, I'm going to go back to around 2011, 12, somewhere in that area. I had my dear friend Althea Gray join me on the show. She was a guest several times. And we recently connected again. And when we were talking on the phone, I said, Althea, we got to get you back on the radio show. Because I know that we've done so much here. Well, Althea's been busy. Althea is a human potential healer and a curandera. And she has been doing healing work and harnessing positive energy that helps people transform their life. Over the years, she's developed many original methods of her healing of her own. She's bridged old systems of healing so that she can have a current day relevancy. She's sought after as a global speaker, serves on the Honorary Council of Sri Lanka and New Mexico since 2004. She has been a healer since she was a little girl. And she's got quite the story. And we're going to talk to her about energy and the journey that she's been on. So I'd like to welcome my dear friend Althea. Althea, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing well, and I'm so happy to be here with you and your guest, Sarah. Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Good to have you here. We are so honored to have you here and talk about energy, and we're going to talk about the spirit world too, because I know you have a lot to add to that. But Althea, share with our listeners a little bit about your background and how you came to be who you are.
Well, I'd like to say that I studied this and I studied that. And yes, I did study this and I studied that. And I studied with great teachers all over the world. But I have to say I was born this way. And all those experiences just brought it out even more. So my grandmother was a curandera from Nicaragua. And so we have this in my ancestry. My daughter has this ability. And so we all have this unique ability to traverse in the spirit world and to see the sort of underlying things of how the universe is made up, of what's holding something in place. So we were born, I have to say, I was born this way, but I certainly have learned a lot, and I'm grateful to all the teachers that I've had in my life, and certainly I learn all the time from my own clients. So it's a blessing, yes. And healers are going to be needed more and more and more. So those of you out there who are thinking about this, it is a long journey, but it's worth the journey. And you're going to be, good healers are going to be much needed in the future.
They absolutely are. And the world is going through such a major transformation. Althea, what's your take on the energy on the planet right now? What do people need to be aware of?
Well, the first thing you have to do, everybody out there, is trust your senses, because everybody's going to have an opinion. The media is going to have a bend, and all this is going to be coming at you from all different directions. So start listening to that inner voice that you have and learn to trust what you see, what you hear, all your senses, what you taste and feel. Start to get in touch with that and not so projected outwards, because a lot of people are fixated either on television, social media, and what's happening, you kind of lose touch with what do you feel? And so right now, the earth is changing. It's changing vibrationally. And of course, many, many traditions have talked about this time. In 2025, we're going to enter a whole new era, and it will be the end of the Kali Yuga period, which has lasted about 78,000 years of material growth. And we're at the apex of it right now, and all the dark side of it. And so we are changing ourselves. We're changing vibrationally. So stay grounded, stay in touch with your senses, and really align yourself. And I'm going to use this term, the new earth. And the new earth will look just like the one we're on, but vibrationally it's different. So we have to create a resonance energetically, talking about energy, with this new vibration so that we can align ourselves with this higher vibration, this golden age, which we are embarking on.
One of the things we talked about in the beginning of the show, Althea, was we were talking about everything's energy. And I was explaining to the listeners how our thoughts and our words are creating our reality and drawing forth to us all of these experiences. What can you tell people about governing their own energy and what the outcome is based on their patterns and thoughts?
Okay, everything in this universe. So I equate energy to light. So if you use these words, they all mean the same thing. Light equals energy, equals frequency, equals vibration, equals life. And so we live in a fractal universe where patterns repeat themselves over and over. So what we focus on, we align our thoughts with a fractal that's there, and we continue, and it's a pattern that repeats over and over and over. So can we change this? Yes, by rehearsing something new, something that we like. And if you get suckered in by people who just are addicted to just really being negative or watching things that are scary and negative, then you're going to repeat this pattern in everything in your life. So be a good thought watcher, mindfulness, watch it and say, cancel, I cancel that. I cancel that negative thought. And this is what I really want to think. This is what I really want.
And focus on the feeling of what we want. The desired outcome is also important, what we're feeling on the inner side of our being. Now, Althea, some people may not know what a curandera is. Could you explain to them what that is?
Yes. All over the world, before allopathic medicine, every tradition had their medicine people. And of course, a lot of Aboriginal medicine, early healers align themselves with the person, meaning that they may have a sick spirit. So they address the sick spirit. The sick spirit creates a sick body. So in allopathy, we deal with the body, and very often we'll send somebody to their, priest or their therapist and say, deal with the emotions or the spirit of the person that way. So all over the world, there's traditional medicine, and curanderas are part of that. They are the healers and medicine people from Central and South America. So the feminine is a curandera, and the masculine is curandero. So they work in the spirit world. They work with the spirit of the person. They work in their energy body. They work at things that hold certain patterns in place. So they kind of look at things that are behind the scene, and move forward to help bring the person in alignment and in a place of wellness. So curanderos still exist in Central and South America. Certainly there are not many old traditional healers left, but they are still there and certainly active in Central and South America.
So let's talk about the spirit world, the seen and the unseen, right? So what do you want to share with our listeners about the spirit world, Althea? I know that you spend quite a bit of time working with the spirit world, and share with them the light part of it all and perhaps the things that maybe hover in the darkness. What can you share with them?
It's for those of you out there who want to explore a world beyond that what we see. It's extraordinary. And today, science has opened up more and more doorways into worlds and universes that we just didn't know existed. And so everything in the way we look at science today is evolving very, very rapidly. And so we're looking at other dimensions now, which traditional healers have always been able to look at. We're looking at other planets and galaxies that we didn't know exist thanks to the Webb telescope. There are other beings that exist in these different dimensions and other planets. And of course, I was so excited on July 23rd, 2023, that will always stay in my mind, because finally our government had disclosure. And of course, they're still trying to squash it, but yes, military people came forward and says, we've been in touch with other beings from other planets for a very long time. So this is what I mean. Sometimes we're limited by what we see and think because this is all someone has given us. So start to trust what you feel and what you think, because all of you out there are very intuitive and are able to grasp much more than what you just see and hear and read every day. So allow your horizons to expand. Now, for me, working in the spirit world is just like breathing. And I experienced the state of emptiness about, I would say, 10, 15 years ago. And what it did, it took away the edges of things. In other words, I wasn't limited to a belief. So those of you out there who would like to journey more into the spirit world, and by spirit, I don't mean just negative, I mean the universe. Look at what conditions you have in your thinking. I can't do this because, or I believe that the universe is in yin and yang. The world is just good and evil. Look at what conditional thinking you have that may limit your ability to be more expansive, because the universe is helping you now. We have a lot of planetary things that have been happening for a long while that is actually supporting this earth and its people to expand. And so take advantage of it. You're actually born at a remarkable time where certain things won't happen for millions of years, and you chose to be here now. So don't get lost in a speck of something. Expand your horizons. If you're stuck in something and you feel like, well, what about my job? What about my, payments that I have to make every month? Very mundane things. Well, take them and say, okay, this is what I have. What is my next step? Don't stay in the experience of suffering. Say, what's my next step? How do I get myself out of this? Do I need to speak to someone? What do I have to do? And that starts things moving. You have to make a decision, right? Yes. So my journey into the spirit world is about me not having conditions on how do I get there. I just allow myself that experience. So, there is a huge subject.
I know. But we had to go there for a minute. And when you were speaking earlier and you spoke about a curandera, when I look at that energy and that work, you made a reference of they dealt with the person's physical being and whether they had a sick spirit. Can someone have a sick house or a sick spirit? Is it possible that there's something more going on than just a physical disease in the body? Is there another root cause that happens to
Oh,
humanity? Yes.
Oh, well, if you look at people who do any type of energy medicine, acupuncture, Reiki, traditional, non-traditional types of medicine, they're looking at, in the pranic body, they're looking at subtle systems that we have that may be out of balance. Or is the emotional body damaged by experiences in this life, and it's creating an imbalance in all the other subtle systems. We tend not to look at that in allopathic medicine, but people who are healers do. They look at the underpinnings of things to see what is the cause. And sometimes you can have a sick house, and this is how I actually got into feng shui, because I would go in a house and work with the people in there, but what was really wrong was the house was sick. So I had to find a way to deal with the energetics in the house. And then I went beyond that and created a whole methodology to analyze what's in the house and to clear it with a method that everyone could use, because I like people to have the power in their own hands.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Absolutely.
I don't want people to feel helpless.
And that leads me to exactly where I wanted you to take us. So, Althea, I know you have a program coming up starting in the very beginning of 2024, I believe. Tell everyone a little bit about the program that you're offering.
Well, this will be my 6th year, Sarah.
I know.
And I wanted to created a system of clearing dark energies out of the house, out of the person, out of the land, out of objects. Yes, spirits can get attached to, or it doesn't have to be dead people. It can be entities and other energies that attach themselves to certain things, and then they start affecting the their health, their peace of mind, their livelihood. And these traditional healers have addressed this over the ages, but rather than just waving smudge sticks and incantations, I created a methodology, and that works 100% of the time.
Yes.
And everyone can learn it. And I'm very proud of it, because I spent about 15 years of my life developing it, and I didn't take it out to the public until it was safe and that it worked, because everything I do, I like it to work.
Absolutely.
And so I have a wide range of people who take this course, anyone from a person who just wants to take care of their family to lawyers. I've had heads of hospitals. I've had, healers. It's an important course, because sometimes you're working with a client or a case and you're wondering why it's stuck, and it's other things that you can't see, the unseen world, that's affecting it. So we don't just sit and use our sensitive field. Some of you are talented out there and can do that. I try to use my analysis sheet. We go through it with dowsing, and we measure the light measurement. We measure light, which, remember, we said what is light is also another word for its energy. And so I created a light measurement chart, so you know if something is within 1 to 11,000, yes, there are dark forces in that person's energy field or the house. And so that tells us, okay, now we have to take the next steps. So it's a whole year-long program. It's very in-depth and fun. And we learn how to clear businesses, houses, people, land, objects. Sometimes we clear situations. So it's a very, very special course. I'm very proud of it.
And Althea, where can they learn more about your professional cleaners course?
Clearance course.
Clearance.
You can contact me at support@altheagray.com, and that's GRAY, or go to my website at Althea, ALTHEA, Gray, GRAY.com. And I'm happy to answer any questions you have. And now the unseen world, we're now looking at things like dirty energy, Wi-Fi energy. That's also an unseen element that's creating problems for people. So, and timelines, we're looking at negative timelines. We're also looking at things that subliminal messaging that may be affecting the person. So we've had to add over the years more things that we have to look at that's affecting the person.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us, Althea. I know that our listeners will be most interested, and please, everyone, visit altheagray.com and learn more about her work. And, of course, there's options for services with Althea as well. I want to thank you so much. I know you and I have known each other for years, and I have great appreciation for you and the work that you have done over the years, and I know our paths are going to cross again.
It will. And thank you so much. And thank you, listeners.
Thank you, Althea. Bye for now.
This evening. Thank you.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.
We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. Then we're going to go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. And we're going to visit our friends on Facebook and YouTube, so don't go away. We were just listening to Althea Gray and her methodology as to how to clear energy and her history as a healer. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with SarahSpiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit SarahSpiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me.
Did you call me with your soul because you know that you know me? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on VCMG on the oldie station. And you're listening to us on 95.3, 96.9, 95.9, 106.9, 103.1 HD3. And we want to welcome our new friends in Miami on 104.3. We're so glad to talk to all of our friends on WSFS. We welcome you into our family right there on W104.3. So glad to have you be a part of our family. We're here every Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9 p.m., just answering your questions and navigating life. We're going to grab some questions from Facebook before we go back to our phone lines. So let's see what's going on in our Facebook and our YouTube feed. Let's see what we've got here. Natalie Gallo says, "Hi, Sarah. Will I survive this in my marriage? The hurt, the pain I've caused. Do I need to release this marriage and move on? Any guidance from the spirit world would be of great appreciation for her." So first thing that I'm made aware of, Natalie Gallo, is that at this time, this energy is really about lining up with your soul and who you are and who you've come to be. It's an important time. And for your partner, where I see this energy is it's really a time for them to kind of break out of their routine and make changes. And somehow I'm not seeing them willing to make the changes. So I have a feeling that you've kind of set a time for yourself. If I can't have the life that I want by this date, I'm going to have to take a movement in a direction that takes me away from the marriage. Spirit is saying that this is a time for you to put yourself first. And when I look at where you've been, this has been a story now for a while. They're spinning me back to the 2021, 2022, and now 2023. It's been a rough go-around. How much more can you take? Well, we have to honor self and put self first. So when honoring your soul, follow the knowing and the prompting from your soul. And your soul is letting you know that when someone shows you who they are, it's time for you to believe them, and they're not willing to break their habits. Old habits die hard. So it's best to put yourself first. If they wish to make something up to you and make a change, that will be their moment to do that. But don't make a change and walk away because you want them to change. You need to change you and how you honor you and put yourself first. If they work on themselves and they come around, then that'll be a choice you'll make in the future. But right now, Natalie Gallo, you have to come first. And honoring your heart and your soul, the divine wants you to find that alignment of happiness and joy and love of self. Thank you so much for a very powerful question on YouTube. We're going to take another question on Facebook and YouTube. Let's see who we have. We got Stephanie Pappas. Stephanie Pappas says, does Spirit see this person's intentions toward me? Should I give them a chance? I care about them a lot. Well, you can care for a lot of people, Stephanie Pappas, but the question is, are they going to care for you the way you deserve to be cared? And when I look at where they are, they've been on a journey of change. And when I look back at 2023 into 2024, it's also a time for them to kind of get things together for their work and their career. It's not that they don't care. I don't know that they're capable of caring enough and holding a torch for you and standing by your side the way you would stand by them. Remember, not everybody loves the same way, and you want someone who's going to stand by your side because really you are meant to stand by your man. So I'm going to say that from what Spirit shows me, this person is a person for the moment, but they're not the person for the future. Thanks so much for your Facebook question. We're going to take another question on Facebook and YouTube, and we're welcoming your phone calls at 866-972-7247. Let's see, we've got Brenda Durante. And Brenda Durante says, hey, her fiancé is not doing well. He's very ill, and I wanted to know if I see anything. She's very scared, and she depends on him for her financial welfare. And so together as a unit, this illness is really kind of bringing them down. It's shaking the relationship. When I look at your fiancé, the first thing that I see is this energy of someone who is really going through a time, and the past 6 months have been extremely difficult. And when I look at the illness, I feel like there's not a quick solution. So I don't see this being healed in a fast pace. And I do see that there is a recovery that can happen for him. It's just going to take some time. And for you, it's for you to gather yourself and figure out how else we can financially move forward so that he can have the time to heal and you can all be all right financially. When I look at where he is on the journey and I see that, I know that this is a year that he can hunker down and find his own divine power inside and the divine power to heal. Things will be in a better order and balance in 2024 for him. He'll be in a better rhythm. He's got a fight ahead of him, I will tell you that, but he is up for the fight. Thank you so much, Brenda. We send the healing angels to you, Archangel Raphael, particularly, to be around you and your boyfriend. Thank you so much. We're going to take one more question from Facebook or YouTube before we go to our callers all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And we've got Lourdes Sanchez. She says, my birthday. And she said that she's got her new age that's coming around, that just came around, and she wants to know what do the guides have to say. So Lourdes Sanchez, this year is really all about money, money, money. They want you to show him the money, show them the money. The universe has got it. It's about career. It's about movement. It's about jumping through hoops to get to the next level. And I see it's going to be a positive level for you. So Lourdes Sanchez, please focus on creating revenue and flow, and everything will be a great year for you. Thanks so much for your question. We're going to go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. And I've got a call in Louisiana, but before I go to Louisiana, I got to go to Dade City. I got Doré on the line. Doré, how are you? Are you with us, Doré?
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Hello.
Good to connect with you.
Yes, you too. Thank you. Lots been going on here. It's been quite tumultuous, but at the same time, is it really meant for me to stay here in Florida?
Were you thinking of going to New York?
Well, I would love to go to New York. That's where I resonate well with, but I don't see how at this point. You know, I gave up my beautiful little studio in Greenwich Village and moved to Florida for someone else, you know. And I never even visited Florida before I came here.
Right.
And things have just, I don't know, it's just, I mean, I moved from West Palm to Dade City, and, you know, and it's been quite, oh my God, so many things have been happening. And I thought I was going to move from this house and had 3 others lined up, and they all fell through. And then I started saying, am I really meant to be here in Florida?
Well, you are meant to be here for a while. You're not settled enough to really make much of a move yet. But when we take you into the 2024 time based on the energy of your birthday, that makes me feel as if the move could happen in the 2024. But I do feel like you'll be in Dade City Dade City for just a little while longer. And that will give you time to pick your next destination. But you want to pick knowing that you know exactly what you've gotten yourself into. Some of the choices that you've made, somehow you didn't do your due diligence. We didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into. And so it kind of turned into a cluster mess, if I could say. So here you are, sitting upon a mess, trying to figure out, how am I going to find my way? You will find your way. You're always very resilient. You always land on your feet.
Right.
And
but let me tell you, since I've been here, I mean, in the last month, 5 times in the hospital, engine blew in my car. My little dog just got attacked this Sunday by 2 pit bulls. Really got bitten badly. And, you know, it's like gas siphoned out of my car. I mean, it's just been one thing after another here.
Yeah, I understand.
And I'm like,
that's where we go back to
know.
you didn't do your due diligence. So you are where you are for the moment, okay? And so making sure you're safe, your pets are safe, this is important. All these things will transform as time moves on. It's for you to put your steadiness of purpose and intention moving forward as to what you want to create in your next location. Yes, New York could be an expensive place to be, but it may be the right place for you energetically. How you get there, what happens, talk to your angels. They'll find a way to get you there.
Right.
Doré, it will be okay. It will be okay. We are truly sorry that it has been so tumultuous. But again, it goes back to how we make our plans. And usually when we consult with people, we consult before we make the plans. And sometimes you've kind of checked certain boxes after the fact, and it was almost too late to get you out of the mess. So lessons learned, you're going to move forward. And we know the healing angels are very much around you, and you are, I don't know, you're kind of like Rocky. You just keep coming back. So we're going to just trust that you're going to find your way for this. All right, my dear? All right. Thank you so much for listening to the show.
I really miss seeing you in West Palm and your beautiful center, and it's always been a healing place, and you've always been right on target with me, and thank you. And I just encourage everyone just to stop in for a spell, you know, at your place, because it's a healing, loving, light-filled center, and, you know, and I'm very thankful for that and give you a lot of support for that. And
thank you.
I hope to come back recently, soon. I'd love to get a reading, a session with Calvin. I could really use that. So maybe I'll see you soon.
Yes, well, he'll be at the center in the beginning of November.
Thank you. Love you, Sarah.
All right. God bless you, Doré.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye for now. Bye. So where is Sarah Spiritual Center? Well, Doré gave us the perfect lead-in. We're located on Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach, conveniently off of the Interstate of 95 and Florida Turnpike. And we have a beautiful array of products. We have 2,100 square feet of spiritual stuff. So we'd love to see you pop on by, learn more about my center at SarahSpiritual.com, or go to the ExpeditoEnlightenmentCenter.com website, and there too you can learn about all of our products. Well, just the ones that we have on the website. When you've got that much square footage, you've got a lot of stuff. We don't carry everything on the website, but I know you would love our center. As Doré said, you can feel the energy. It is palpable, and after all, everything's energy. Well, from Dade City, I got to go to Louisiana. I got Patsy. She's on the line. Patsy, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, Patsy. Good to make a connection with you. And how can I help you?
I you do this time, but I was just wondering. Mother passed when I was 20, and her ever, and my sister said something this and that. I never ever did nothing. Can you tell me if she's around me or any messages?
Okay, you were cutting out a little bit, but if I heard correctly, mother passed, yes? And something about your sister
Yes.
is aware of your mother being around, but you don't really feel your mother. Did I hear you correctly?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I just wonder if is she around me, and does she have any messages?
So she talks to me about, before she passed, she's talking to me about her leg. Was she having a problem with her leg before she passed, please? Something in her foot and her leg?
No. She actually passed from cirrhosis of the liver.
I didn't say it was how she passed. Was she having problems walking with her leg, with her leg, her foot? There was a difficulty with her foot? Because she makes me feel like it was difficult before she passed for her to get around. Does that make sense to you, please?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking to me about, and then she may be talking to me about someone else, so hold on. Who has a problem with the leg? Because she's showing me a leg. She's very firm about the leg. Are you having a problem with your leg, Patsy?
No. It might be my handicapped sister that just recently passed 3 years ago that I took care of.
And she had difficulty with her leg, her foot, and mobility, please? Because this is what I'm seeing, so I have to place the person.
Yeah, mobility. Yeah,
Okay. And then she's talking to me about the month of March. Who's connected to the month of March, please? She's talking about March being a birthday or anniversary, a passing time here. This is what she's making me aware of, Patsy. So I'm going to leave that with you. She's also talking to me about there was supposed to be a gathering. Was there a gathering for your birthday that didn't really happen? Did you not have a celebration the way you wanted to this year for your birthday, Patsy?
No. Not me. Not the one I know of.
Your birthday, did you want to have a gathering and you didn't have any celebration the way you wanted to for your birthday? Were you hoping to have, did you feel disconnected, alone on your birthday? You didn't feel happy at the birthday, please? Because she's making aware of, in your birthday, she gives you the month of July, that you felt very lost and lonely at that time. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Mother's energy is around you. And when I look at her energy, your sister came through first, so I understand that now, so I thank you for that clarification. But when I look at Mother's energy, Mother also makes me feel as if your sister's more sensitive and you are a little, I'm going to say emotionally sensitive, and you tend to be a little bit more logical. Is that true, Patsy?
Yes.
Okay.
And I also can pick up on people's emotions.
Yeah. But you always know the right, I know we're not always right, but you always know the right answer, and you always know the right things to do and say, right? And so your mother is trying to make your sister feel supported right now at this time, because your sister, for some reason, they're making me feel like she's in a wobble. Her energy's in a wobble. She's a little unsteady right now. But Mother is going to come to you, and she's going to come to you in the dream state. But it's almost as if, and I hate to say it this way, but you don't really need your mom right now energetically, but your sister does. This is what she makes me aware of.
Okay.
And so she's just transmitting a little more strongly, and your sister's picking up on it because your sister needs her. But your mom is going to come to you, and your mom's going to come to you in the dream state so that you know that she's there. and she will give you energetic connection that it will be visceral, you will remember. She also says thank you because she makes me feel like you always made sure everything got put in order and got taken care of. Is that also true, Patsy?
Yes, I took care.
I'm sorry, you cut out. You
She
said
was
yes,
like a
and then what
daughter.
else? What else
No.
did you say? You had
I
just
said
cut out.
I took care of my handicapped sister for 34 years. She was like a daughter to me.
Yeah.
And she just passed 3 years ago. So it's been really, really hard.
And your mom always counted on you to do the right thing. So know that your mom is sending you much love from the other side, and there's this powerful energy of appreciation that comes from her, and she is connected to you.
Yeah.
When you are in the dream
Mhm.
state, she will make sure that you have a dream that you can remember, but she does visit you in the dream state. All right, my dear. Patsy,
Okay.
how did you hear about the
Can
show?
I ask one question?
You can, yes.
I had to do something that I've always said, I had to do something, and I just need to know if my mother forgives me.
I hear there's nothing to forgive. You did what you had to do. Is that correct?
Yeah, I did.
It was the
hard.
right
I had to have
choice.
my mom.
It was the right choice. It
It
was
was
what was
very hard.
necessary. Yes.
Yeah, I had to have her committed, and because she got on medication real bad, so it was one of the hardest things I had to do. And I was only 20, but I had to do it.
But you did what had to be done. You see, there was no other choice, she told me.
Okay.
All right, so there's nothing to
Okay.
forgive. Patsy, how did you hear about our show?
Actually, I was on Facebook, and I seen it, and I've been trying to find a medium that I could go to because, and I said, well, let me try this one, but that's how I heard. I found it on Facebook.
Okay. Well, we thank you for seeing us. We thank the universe for bringing us together. You can learn more about my work on SarahSpiritual.com, and we could have a session where we can connect a little more in depth to your mom and to your sister.
Okay.
And really dive into all the
Okay.
specifics and answer your questions. You can learn more about the way I work there. We will cover that in a general session, so you can find that information on my website. Know that you are forever
Good.
loved, and that the angels and the guides are with you, and they are assisting you on the journey, and that your sister is at peace. She really had such a bright light
Good.
when she was
That's
on
so
this
good to
earth.
know.
Your sister was a bright
Yeah,
light.
she was handicapped. She was 66 when she passed, but she had a mental status around 6. And, it was so hard losing her.
She was a bright light, and her light continues to burn on the other side. So know that you did everything right,
Good.
Patsy. Thank you so much for
Good.
your
That's
call.
good to know. Well,
We
thank
greatly
you, Sarah. I
appreciate
appreciate your help, hon.
Thank you. God bless you. Bye for now. Bye.
Okay. God bless you.
Bye. 866-972-7247. Write the number down. We would love to have you here. Call in on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah every Wednesday night, 6:30 to 9 p.m. And know that we're here to be of service. If you'd like to learn more about me, go to SarahSpiritual.com. For this minute, we bid you farewell, and we welcome our friends on 104.3 WSFS. Glad to have you joining us in Miami and the Keys, and we're grateful for all of our listeners here on the Oldies station. For this moment, we bid you good night. Stay well. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
There's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most